I've got all this paper here. I'm just like running it through the pleating machine. This is the wrong kind of pleating machine for this kind of material. This is filter material. So it is actually crushing. But that's not really what my concern is right now. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make a custom shade for a customer that's 56 inches tall, 112 inches wide. So I need paper to practice with. So I'm using the filter paper. Now I've adjusted this pleating machine so that it will pleat 1.75 inches tall. And we're getting a nice pleat on this side. And what I've done is I've made a template on the floor to try to use that has the correct radius. So what I'm going to try to do now is we're just going to pleat this up, and then we'll have to piece these pieces of filter material together, glue them together. I'm going to need at least 3 high. So this is 2 feet. So we're going to have 2 feet, 4 feet, 6 feet. It's going to be almost 6 feet high. Then I'll cut off a foot of it, and then turn it into a fan and send it to her. This is going to Sweden or Switzerland. I'm not sure which one it is. I get those 2 countries mixed up. But this is also another interesting thing, is we can start seeing what the filter pack would look like if I was to make a pleated filter pack. These pleats are crappy because if you could look at these pleats, you can see is before it's formed, they get crunched. But I have a fix for it. On this pleating machine I had built, right in this area right here, underneath this, there's a bar that goes straight across. It's a perforator. It comes up and strikes the bottom of this shoe. This shoe is made out of bristles. What I would do is I would move this into the right position. It's actually off a little bit, but I would be able to strike the paper and actually put a score in there. And if that would work, then this paper, when it gets ready to start forming a pleat, it would arc and it would break on the pleat. And if that worked, then I would be able to pleat this filter material on my pusher bar machine. Now pusher bars are not designed to pleat filter material. So if that were able to work, I would be in heaven. So now we've got this material. It's starting to want to come out of the back side of the machine. And we get that. Take this off. And keep that held back a little bit. But that's looking pretty good. That's the filter material. On this particular window fan that I'm going to make, each layer, there's going to be 3 rows, are going to be like 55 pleats. So I need 3 fans, 55 pleats each, and that will get me all of the filter material that I need to get this done. Alright, the next step is I'm going to take all of this pleated material and I'm going to glue it together. There'll be overlaps. And where it's overlapped, I'll put some glue on there, and then they'll all grow to be 56 inches in height. And then we'll create a fan out of that. You can see about how big that thing's going to be. Okay, now we've got the paper pleated up, and I have the seams. This is overlap one here. This is overlap number 2 right here. So you can see we've got this thing laid out. I've never had anything near this size. So that is the first super tall paper fan. Now all this is I'm using the filter paper because I don't have anything else that's this long. So I'm going to use the filter paper to create a template so I know how many inches it takes to make this fan. So this is going to have to dry overnight. I glued all these seams together. So I put glue down the center here on the inside and glue down the center in here. And where these papers overlap, there's going to be a darker spot. So if sunlight were to come through this, you'll see a stripe pattern. So we'll see what happens with this. This is the first of the largest fan I've ever made. I'm going to show this new fan that I made, the single largest fan. I've ever made by some ridiculous number. I think the largest fan I ever made before this was 37 inches tall. 37 and a half. This fan is 56 inches tall and it's 112 inches wide. That's actually right now this fan's actually a little bigger than that because I think this fan actually is 59 inches tall. Something like that. It's not made as a fan. It is a fan, but it's not made to be used as a fan yet. What it is right now is it's a template that I'm going to be sending to a customer in Switzerland. And she's just going to look at it and see how she likes it. And if she likes it, then she's going to order the fan in the color that she wants, and then she'll see how I seamed it all together. But really, this thing is bigger than I am. Well, by almost a mile, so. I really like it. It's kind of neat that I was able to do that. Now, one thing that I did interesting with this one is I changed the size of the pleats. So these pleats are real deep, and I used filter paper. So I'm using the pleated filter paper, but I went with a larger pleat. And the only reason why was because if I would have used a 1-inch pleat, the base down here would have been, right now it's about 2 inches wide here. If I would have done this with a 1-inch pleat, this would have been 4 inches wide. So that's a big fan. Somebody had to make it.